Hey everybody, it's Janice with Creating Through Chaos, and we're going to start this project off with this tree that I got at Family Dollar. It's kind of cute as is. It was $5, but I thought that I could make it cuter, so that's what I'm going to do. So the first thing I'm going to do is pull off all of that stuff that was on it and get rid of the gobs of glue. Next, I am going to take my antique wax, and I am going to wax the whole tree. I wanted it really dark on the underneath part, so I took my antique wax and did that, and I waxed everything, the whole entire tree, except for the center. So once I had it all stained with the wax, I'm going to paint over the lettering with a couple of quick coats of white paint that was in the center. And I just want to make sure this isn't going to show through because we're going to scrapbook paper over it, but I didn't want the lettering to show through because it was really dark and black. So I'm just going to do a couple of quick coats just to make sure that that's all covered. And I let it dry in between coats. So once I have that all done, I'm going to take that same white paint and I'm going to go around and I'm going to go over the whole tree with the white paint. And I don't worry about getting it fully covered, but I wanted it mostly covered. So I'm just going to continue going over, getting in between all those little nooks and crannies around all that beading that's on the edges. I did everything except for the trunk of the tree. I even did the base white. Once I had it all painted and it was fully dry, I took my little sanding block and I'm going to sand off some of the paint. Not all of it, but I really want some of that dark to show back through and make this project very rustic. I even sanded the paint on the base as well. And look how pretty it looks already. I like it just like it is, but we're going to go further with it. So I took a piece of paper and I stuck it in here and I just kind of ran along the edges to make myself a pattern to put on my scrapbook paper. So I'm going to lay my pattern down on my scrapbook paper, trace it, and then cut it out. And I do that a lot. Just take a regular piece of printer paper and push it in wherever I need to go to make myself a pattern. So now that I have it all cut out, I'm going to attach it to that center of our little tree. And I'm just going to do some Mod Podge to do that. And I kind of did like a thick coat because this paper is a little thicker than normal. And the paper is from Hobby Lobby. It came in one of the packs of paper. I'm going to lay that in, smooth it all out, make sure that it stuck well and that it fit perfectly. Pushing down. And then as you can see on the back, there's the slits. I took an X-Acto knife and I kind of went through and just cut the excess paper out of those slits and trimmed it all down. Then I took a fingernail file and went in between each and got off all the excess paper that I didn't get with the X-Acto knife. It's kind of going in between each slat, making sure that I got all that excess paper. Once I had all that paper up, I'm going to take some antique wax and I'm going to run it along the slits and along the edges, and I ran a little bit around the edges of the tree. Next, I took a few pieces of greenery and I bundled them together, and now I'm going to glue them at the very top of the tree right into the point. And then I am going to take this deer ornament that I got at Dollar Tree, and I'm going to glue him to the very bottom of the tree, right there in the center. And look at how cute that is. I'm already loving this. Next, I took this little mini pine cone and I glued that at the top, right over the stems on my greenery so you can't see them. And trim off a couple little excess pieces. It was like a piece of plastic instead of a piece of greenery. Next, I'm going to take some faux snow and I'm going to add that right underneath the deer, right all along that bottom part of the tree. And I'm just kind of dabbing it in. I don't want a lot of this, but enough to make it look like it's snowy. And then once I had that all done and it was still wet, I just dumped some glitter over that. And then bang off the excess. And look at how cute this is. I love it. Next, I'm going to take some greenery, and I took a bunch of different kinds from all over. Actually, some of these were from Walmart, some of them were from Hobby Lobby, and some were from Dollar Tree. So I kind of just took what I liked. And I'm going to glue those onto the bottom, right along the base, along the bottom of the trunk. And you can do, any other greeneries that you have. I just cut these off bigger greeneries that I had. Make sure that they're cut down. Put a little glue on it and then glue that down. And then in the center, I am going to add a faux pine cone that I had to finish this project off. And I think this turned out so super cute. It was so much fun to make. And I love the colors and how I just turned something that was, you know, one way into something completely different. I love the deer. I'm really into like the woodland theme this year. And I think this turned out so super cute. I love it. I did end up adding some berries to the bottom. I think this turned out amazing. I hope it inspires you to make one. Thank you for watching. And as always, don't forget to spread the chaos.